Welcome to the Meb Faber Show, where the focus is on helping you grow and preserve your wealth. Join us as we discuss the craft of investing and uncover new and profitable ideas, all to help you grow wealthier and wiser. Better investing starts here.
Meb Faber is the co-founder and chief investment officer at Cambria Investment Management. Due to industry regulations, he will not discuss any of Cambria's funds on this podcast. All opinions expressed by podcast participants are solely their own opinions and do not reflect the opinion of Cambria Investment Management or its affiliates. For more information, visit CambriaInvestments.com.
I thought it'd be fun. We could talk about a few funds, maybe as like case studies. Maybe we could even talk about the two you guys just launched on the FIRE movement. How about we start there?
Yeah, so the FIRE ETFs that we launched just recently, these ETFs fit into that realm of how title helps our existing clients. So the FIRE movement is extremely interesting to me, and it resonates so much with so many things that I've seen in my life. We say things like 26 billion sounds great. We didn't cross a billion until 2018. So the first 6 years, I barely paid myself anything. And there were years where I paid myself zero. So I was almost forced into FIRE. And FIRE stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early. And it's a community that has been growing rapidly of people that just help each other achieve financial independence. It's moved a little away from retire early because to them, it seems retire early really means the freedom to do whatever I want. So most of them still have some sort of passive income or pet projects or consulting or board seats and things like that.
I think that the younger crowd's vision of retirement is different than our parents. We like work to the bone, get to my pension, and then like set pina coladas in Cabo, like type of retirement. I feel like the under 40, under 50 crowd is probably a little more freedom. Like maybe it's FIFA, financial independence, freedom early. But FIRE, yeah, who's the Mr. Money Mustache? You got the Bogleheads. Who's kind of the FIRE, the big names out there?
There's a lot of them. It's easy to find. We've been reaching out to all of them and talking to them and trying to understand the community. I've been surprised because they're all like shocked that we're talking to them, because most of Wall Street avoids them because they're not paying for financial advisors, most of them, because they're working with each other. And most of them just buy VTI and chill. They really care about low fees. So I think they've been very much ignored. We found them because the Yield Max suite that we have, it's been a very successful suite for our clients. A lot of the YouTubers and influencers that were buying and talking about the Yield Max stuff were also talking about how they use it in retirement, right? Or as passive income and things like that. So I went down the rabbit hole of looking at this, and I started listening to all the podcasts and all the things that were in here. And I watched the documentary that was on Amazon. And then the New York Times did an article on it a few months ago. Then I got into the Reddit forum, and I'm like, wow, this community is doing financial education too. This is the community that's actually out there educating each other and saying the things that you and I aren't really allowed to say, because when we say it, it's considered marketing material, even though it's not marketing material, right? Like, so I was like, wow, this is the voice that we can talk to them. We will have this place to do it. So this is where Tidal decided to launch in two ETFs, one for helping them save, build wealth, which is one phase of the FIRE journey, and one that distributes a yield. They target a 4% yield, so that's what we did in the ETF. Now, these are not VTI and chill, and I don't want to stop anybody from VTI and chill. These are alternatives to it, or augmentations that people can choose to use or not choose to use. Either way, I want to have a conversation with the community on it. I'm sure when Rick Ferry looks at this, he's going to be like, you shouldn't do all that. I'm like, it's fine, Rick, you don't have to. But what we built was FIRS for FIRE Savings, which is basically the permanent portfolio, which you and I have talked about many, many times. And then we built FIRI, which is an income portfolio that barbells income. We use things like the Yield Max suite combined with very low risk, low volatility funds. Here's the kicker. We're charging zero as a platform for it. So Tidal is doing this to engage with the FIRE community and to support Tidal clients. This is us giving free models out. I love the quote I got on the ETF.com article on it. It says, Mike Venuto says they will lose money on this. That's true. We are not doing this for the money. We're doing this for the benefit of Tidal clients and to engage with the FIRE community.
I know it's been early post-launch. What's the reception in the community? What are the people in the fire world saying so far?
I mean, everyone we've spoken to has been pretty supportive, but they do ask the questions that you expect the fire community to ask. Like, what are the acquired fund fees? And why shouldn't I just buy VTI? And how are you structuring this? Why is it different? Things like that. I don't see a reason for somebody who is 20 years from their retire date to really use our fund. VTI and chill is fine for that person. Our thinking is, as you get closer to your fire number, your date that you can say, all right, I've got my independence and I want to switch to distribution phase of our lives, we think having a more of a portion in a permanent like structure, right, a portfolio that has less volatility and way more diversified is a good solution. Now, you don't ever have to be 100%, but that's the kind of thing we're trying to bring to the table. Is most people in the fire community have never lived through the 1970s thing. They've never seen the prolonged downturns. It's been very easy to VTI and chill.
Podcast listeners will post show notes to today's conversation at mebfaber.com/podcast. If you love the show, if you hate it, shoot us feedback at themebfabershow.com. We love to read the reviews. Please review us on iTunes and subscribe to the show anywhere good podcasts are found. Thanks for listening, friends, and good investing.